drive, sport, go. Woo! I'm sitting inside my 2022 Genesis G70 launch edition, hence the red interior. And today, the long overdue video. We are going to finally review this interior fully, entirely, all right? There is no way I start this video without saying thank you to all the new subscribers. Shout out to everybody who liked the video, appreciate you. And most importantly, Leo Legion, the subscriber, the loyal subscribers and commenters, shout out to you guys as well. So let's get started. I'm actually going to review the features of the infotainment system and the digital gauge cluster as well. So go ahead, sit back, grab your coffee, cake, or whatever it is that you guys like to enjoy when watching YouTube videos, because I'm not going to make this long, but I'm definitely going to get straight to the point, and we're going to surf all the options of the infotainment system. But immediately, I just want to show you guys around everything in this interior, including the back seat. So here we go. 3 headrests, all right? All 3 headrests are, adjustable. So you can adjust the middle. I don't know why you would have that up if somebody isn't back there, because you're probably gonna not be able to see as well. But yes, you have adjustable headrest in the rear. As you can see, you have these glorious strawberry shortcake, delicious looking red seat belts. I mean, come on, red seat belts. Perforated leather in the rear as well, even though it does not have heated or cooled seats in the back. Of course, you have your child safety restraint clips here on both sides. You have this also right here in the middle. Of course, 2 cups, 2 cup holders here for the cup. This actually, I'm going to tell you what this feels like. It feels good. This is leather as well. This part right here, of course, you have your area right here, which is, plastic. But opposite of that, that is leather. That feels good. All right. Of course, on this side, you have your fold down latches right here. On the rear, you also have this hook right here as well for your seatbelt, which is for some reason out of place at the moment. But yes, you have your seatbelt hooks here. And one other thing that I wanted to point out in this interior that actually looks really good, that I like, is your dry cleaning hooks. So you know that every car has dry cleaning hooks in the rear. Normally, they'll just have them up here, which is, this is plastic as well, this is plastic as well, but that's fine. But this right here is so nice, and it feels so good. It's on both sides. It just feels good. It feels like a button. It feels like a nicely tailor-made button on a high-priced button-up shirt. It just feels so good. I just can't stop rubbing it. Of course, plastic and aluminum here on the door and the rear. This feels good as well. This part is leather. This part is not. This is plastic, of course. This feels amazing. This is leather, and I love the feeling of the stitch. And last but not least, we have, yes, your vents for the rear as well, which is very good, because I hate it in my Civic where it takes so long to cool the car down because there are no vents in the rear. You have, of course, your USB charger in the rear as well, so nobody has to send cords up to the front of the vehicle to get charging. Open and close, adjust the vents, of course. And then your seat backs, if this is plastic, I would put a knock on this, but I'm not going to, because everything else is on point here in the cabin. And of course, nicely tight safety. Minimal storage here, but then again, you really don't want people leaving things in your car. So minimal storage, but nonetheless, storage here. Your speakers here on the door as well. You've got 4 speakers in the rear, and the sound system in this thing sounds good. 4 speakers in the rear on the doors. You've also have 2 speakers here in the back shelf as well. So 6 speakers in the rear alone. All right, now up here at the top in the rear, luxurious. This feels good, even though this is plastic. It's a different type of plastic. I don't know why, but it just feels soft to touch and smooth. I love the feel of this like little gated mesh area right here. Of course, LED lighting in the interior as well. You've got 2 LED lights. You can turn them on and off individually, of course, for each side in the rear. So that is nice. I love that. That's my first time ever using that. I don't think I'll ever use it again. But that's pretty much for the back seat. And also, if you're on, if you're being chauffeured, you can also have the option to adjust the seat from the rear on the passenger side rear right here from the seat as well, which is a good feature, that a lot of people like or love about Genesis lineup. So that's pretty much it. Let's go ahead and hop up in the front, because I want to show you guys something else that I noticed in the interior that I was like, that's actually nice, and it makes a lot of sense. So let's go ahead and let's jump in the front. All right, here we go. Now we're at the front of the vehicle. This is where the fun starts, all right? So to start, I want to say that I want to go over all of the touch buttons in the front of the vehicle. Other reviews have told you about, of course, the feel and the touch. Pretty much everything in the rear is mimicked. Everything in the rear on the doors is mimicked in the front, aside from, of course, your window controls and your seat settings. You've got 1, 2, 3 speakers on the doors, which is crazy. 3 speakers on the doors. So I showed you 6 in the back, and you've got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 that right there just on the 2 doors alone. Let me see if I can find another one. But I want to show you something that I noticed about the car that I was like, oh, this is nice. Let's jump out. So right here, this is plastic, right? Now you would think that over time this would also be plastic, so when you're pulling your seatbelt, it would hit here and scrape and scratch the plastic. But this is actually has a guard on it, and it's soft and rubbery to the feel. I know a lot of people's not going to cover that, but I like that, and for some reason I really like that. Of course, this is plastic as well. You will get this lined with felt or suede if you move up a notch to a G90. All right, that's the difference in that. So no illuminated door sills, unfortunately. Somebody asked me about puddle lamps. Yes, this car does have puddle lamps. So let me go ahead and move my seat all the way back so we can get a better view of the overall interior. So let's start with all the controls now before we move over to the infotainment. All right, in the dash. So yes, you have your adjustable lighting for the gauge, your gas cap button, your trunk button, your hood release down here, aluminum floor pedals, plenty decent storage here. Not enough to fit a bottle of water. What else you got? When did I become a car reviewer? Never. Now, I have never had wireless charging in the car. And I'm gonna tell you, this wireless charging is a godsend. I love it. But let's continue. Yes, you already know about the gauges and everything else, the interior, but this, I like this pattern. I really like this pattern. I love the way all of this feels. I love this shifter. I prefer this more angular style shifter as opposed to buttons, even though, some of these cars, they make the buttons like the C8 Corvette. You get a little design to them, which makes it a little quirky. Of course, your 2 cup holders. You have your storage here, and that's pretty much it. This is locking. You can lock this. Not sure where you get the key from for that, but maybe I'll figure it out later. That's kind of not important to me. And then up here, before we get to the gauge, so you can adjust this to open with the door. Of course, this again is this soft touch Philly type thing. You got your individual lights, your lamps up front, passenger, and that's pretty much it. You got your sunshade. You tap once to open up your sunshade, and then you tap once again to fully open up the sunroof. And I love how wide the sunroof is. I wish it was a little bit wider and came a little further back, either that or a panoramic roof. Of course, double touch for it to come all the way down and close the shade. But let's stop the shade. Let's open that up. If you push up, of course, you can vent the interior. All right, you can get some venting in the interior. But let's close that back and let's go down to the gauge because, you know, real quick to the mirror as well. You got your home button, you have your settings, your garage door settings, your SOS, etc., etc. But let's go into the gauge because let's move this chair up. Let's go into the gauge because someone asked me in the comment section, does this show miles per hour on the gauge here? And I didn't realize before that it did. Now that I do, yes, they do. But I don't think it's relevant because you have heads-up display. And heads-up display gives you, of course, your lane departure warning, your signaling. So that has plenty of information that you could switch around in your heads-up display. All right, to the gauge. First things first, we already know what this is. This button, mode, you can customize this button. It'll bring up the settings and infotainment for custom button. All right, navigation, steering wheel, and custom mode and mode button steering wheel. All right, so that's for Bluetooth, phone, sounds of nature, which we will get to the sounds of nature later. But okay, now we got the mode out the way. This is your voice prompt, of course.
Please say a command.
No, I don't want any commands. Volume, up and down. Of course, you can cycle through your music, your phone, and then your favorite. All right. You can customize your favorite and your mode buttons. All right. Now we've got, this is all your cruise controls here. Cruise control, distance to the car you want in front of you, lane keep assist and lane departure warning here. You know, you can turn that on and off, as well as, you know, how far ahead you want the car to be. Tap it 3 times. I think it goes as high as 4 or 5 car lengths. But let's go here to this button, which brings up your options for what you see on your digital dash. So you can scroll down once you tap on that, and it'll give you your settings: tire pressure, engine temperature, you've got oil temp, torque, and turbo gauge, and then you can hold to select. So I'm going to hold it, and it's going to open up additional options, and it's going to have multiple options that you can select and deselect to choose that you want to see on the opposite screen. So you can change it to driver info, you can change it also to sense your trip and average miles per gallon, miles per hour, of course, and attention level. We don't need that. We're gonna have plenty of attention when driving this car, and tire pressure. All right, so those are the ones, and engine temperature. So those are the ones that I selected. So let me go ahead and exit out, and that's pretty much what I have here. Yes, and right now I've had it on miles per hour, but because I wanted to show somebody who asked me about it that they do have it as an option. But for me, I'm gonna probably keep it right here for trip and average, since refueling. All right, so that's pretty much it. But I want to show you this quirk as well. Notice that when you rev the gauge, it gets bigger as you go up. The numbers get bigger. See that? A little quirk on the digital gauge. I noticed that, and I was like, oh, wait till they see this. Now, of course, you know, we have sport mode, you know, which it doesn't, unfortunately, sport mode doesn't change this to anything different. Sport or Sport Plus, it always looks the same. I don't think I like that. I think they should change that option and at least give you a different design like other cars do when you switch the modes. All right, but let's move over into the infotainment. All right, let's go back to home. All right, Shamir, that is you, that is me. Of course, navigation. You've got your navigation map. Very nice map, very clear. All right, so let's go out. And then you've got vehicle. Hold on, let me go home. Then you've got vehicle. What vehicle has for you is driver assistance. Of course, these are all your driver assistance haptic warnings. Of course, park lane keep, blind spot, some of that stuff I turned off. Drive modes, you can customize your drive mode. I don't use the custom mode mainly because the only thing that I would use in custom mode is the one thing that they don't give you, which is to keep the exhaust valves open. And when you start up the car, you can't start it up in custom mode anyway, so I don't even bother with that. That's pointless to me. Active sound design, you know I turned that off. That's when you get the fake engine noise. Heads up display, like I said before, you can adjust your heads up display your content selection. Let's go into here. Turn by turn, traffic signs, which means it'll give you the miles per hour, driving convenience info, blind spot. I have all of that. And then radio media info. So, you know, I have all of those set up. And of course, height, rotation, you can adjust the brightness. So many options. I really like it. First time having heads-up display as well in the vehicle. I think it's a cool feature. Cluster, content, welcome sound. Oh, do we want our welcome sound? What's the welcome sound? What does that sound like? Let's try that right now. Let's turn the car off. And let's see. Did we get it? No, we didn't get it. All right. I mean, at least I didn't hear it. Maybe I caught it, maybe I didn't. Okay, climate, automatic ventilation, defog options. Now, these are options you can also control from the app, all right? So, automatic ventilation, defrost, recirculate air. Of course, that may have something to do with this button as well, where you can close the vents, activate upon washer fluid use, auto dehumidify, smart ventilation. All of that is already selected. Defrog. A lot of options in this car. Seat position change alert, seat easy settings. Let's see, steering wheel easy access. That moves the steering wheel up and down, as you guys just saw a clue of with my failed attempt at the welcome sound. So I already have that, of course, on, as you can see. Lights, headlight delay, high beam assist. All right, so there you go. You can adjust how many times you want your signal to flash when you tap the turn signal. Your door, auto lock, auto unlock, to press, smart trunk, digital key. Now, I have a video coming up where I am going to do this. I'm going to set up everything with the digital key card and drive the car in an upcoming video. Make sure you guys are subscribed for that. Enable digital keys, yes. Smartphone key, yes. Card key. All right. So, and then we have lastly convenience. All right, is where pretty much you get the rear occupant alert, where it tells you on the dash, check your back seats when you turn the car off. And then your wireless charging system, yes, you want that as well. Welcome mirror light. All right, somebody asked me about the puddle lamps. Yes, enable upon driver approach, enable on driver door unlock or unlock. All right, so yes, you do have the puddle lights, and it is beautiful. I actually, if you're not following me on Instagram, same name, I'm Leocom. I did show that quickly in a quick little video on there. All right, so that's it for vehicle settings. You know, navigation, you already know sound. The sound system in this thing is crazy. I set mine to on stage. I love the sound of the on stage sound. And of course, you have your other typical sounds where you can, you know, tune the treble, the bass, and everything else. Guidance. Now, here's another options that they have: parking safety priority, navigation, where you can demand the voice command. You can choose which sound you want to overpower the other when it comes on to alert you of something. All right, so sound volumes, subsystem volumes. All right, so you can keep all your additional subsystems like your navigation, sound effects, voice recognition prompts, and your beeps. You can adjust that as well here. Active sound design, you already know I turned that off. We're back here again. That is off. All right, I do not want that on. And then last but not least, we got radio noise. You can adjust, you know, how you want to. Of course, max reduction of background noise may affect original sound. So you have so many sound options in the vehicle. But let's go back out. Of course, device connections. You can connect your phone, Bluetooth, Android. It does have Android and Apple CarPlay. You can adjust your connection priority. You can connect up to 2 devices, and you can connect more than 2 devices, but it can read 2 devices at the same time. You can have 2 devices connected at the same time, so that's a good feature as well. User profile, voice recognition, display. Let's go into our display. We could adjust illumination, daylight. You can, you know, have it automatic. Link to cluster, to where this will adjust based on the cluster settings over here on the side. blue light filter. Of course, that is good for your eyes. You know, you want to adjust that as well. Once you turn it on, you can adjust that, schedule time to keep from, you know, the lights hurting your eyes. Screensaver, all right, none. Digital clock, analog clock. I like this one. I'll go with the analog clock. Yeah, I'll go with the analog clock. That's pretty good. Home screen, edit home icons. I never did this. All right, so you can adjust your home icons. All right, that's fine. Split screen. Let's see, weather, calendar, compass, radio, media, clock. All right, media, charge, change notifications. Yes. All right, what else we got going on here? All right, button. Oh yes, that is the same of your custom button on the steering wheel. And you already know what Genesis Connected Services is. Once you go into here, you can reconfigure things like that. That's when you purchase your vehicle. All of that is set up. And now we have general. All right, system info, my data, date and time, language, keyboard units, media. Of course, you could change your temperature units and your mile per gallon units, your pressure, your torque, and your turbo boost units. Media options, no radio media if vehicle is off. That's good as well to have. Now let's go find our sounds of nature. Okay, back here on the absolute main menu, you have valet mode as well, where you can put in your PIN. So make sure you turn that on as well. That's a pretty cool feature. HD radio data, radio. You know, the radio is the radio. Let's turn that down. Media, of course. You know, FM, AM, Bluetooth, sounds of nature. Listen to this. Oh, nice bass too. Oh, that's nice. I like that. Lovely bass. Calm sea waves. Oh, I love this. Oh, I love that. Night drive. Rainy day. I don't think I like this one. Yeah, that's annoying. I mean, if it's already raining, you don't need that. So I guess this is you pretending to be at a cafe while cars drive by. Oh, that was somebody set their bag down right there. I love the sound system in this fireplace. Too many high-pitched noises on fireplace. I don't know if I like that one. Snowy village. Someone's walking up to the car. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like that one. So the best ones, of course, is the calm sea waves and the lively forest. The lively forest being number one. Yeah, we're gonna leave that running while we finish this up. All right. So let's go back again. All right. So pretty much that's pretty much everything you get. You know, voice memo, phone projection. Please connect the phone that supports Android, Apple CarPlay using. You know, you can project. You have phone. You know, I really like this. That you still have the option to use the USB. I really do like that. But yes, this is your wireless charging pad here, and that's pretty much it for all at least the important things in the infotainment. You know, you have your climate, of course, auto dehumidify. Those are all options that are in other areas of the vehicle as well. So there you go, guys. That's pretty much it. That's all. Everything you get. User manual, notifications. You know, you get pretty much it's a really good array of things for this infotainment. This has been a pretty long video, much longer than I expected to be, but nonetheless, it's very nice outside. It's a little warm, so we should pop the top. Let's pop the top on the Genesis G70 that we got here, and let's go grab a treat. I forgot to show you guys the heated steering wheel. All right, so you got heated steering wheel. You already know about the heated and cooled seats. You know, you get the ice packs You get the ice packs on your butt and your legs and your back. And then, of course, you got your heating pad. All right? So you got that as well. But let's roll out. You know what time it is. Readers. All right. But guys, you already know, next video I have to do the key video. Those were the 2 videos that were requested in the comment section, so I will get those done for you. Now that we've got the interior video done, we're gonna do the key video, and then I'm gonna get a nice glamour shot video going as well, called the details. Something that, you know, maybe we'll take off, maybe won't, you know, for different cars. Maybe I'll do some cinematography type thing that I'll work on. But opposite of that, I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you everybody for watching. Rita's coming through with the Georgia peach.